car drivers.
PA, we are back in business at Lernerville Speedway with Kubota High-Limit Racing. It is night one of the Commonwealth Clash here in Sarver, Pennsylvania. Great crowd making its way into the grandstands right now, and a great field of 410 sprint cars back there in the pit area, 40 of them to be exact, ready to take on this 4/10 mile racetrack. I'm Chase Rodman, coming to you live from inside the Hasty Bake Grills booth with Kubota High-Limit Racing. We're so glad to have you along for the ride, whether you're watching on FloRacing or if you are here in the grandstands tonight. The weather continues to cooperate with us as we take a look at the forecast for tonight. 79 degrees, winds at 9 miles per hour, and clear skies have greeted us here in western Pennsylvania. And this is a great shot from our drone, just how green everything is around this racetrack. Some sunshine coming through as well as the drivers are underway with motor heat, and they will make their way back towards the pit area, get those cars prepared for dirt draft hot laps in just a few minutes. Let's look at the race schedule for this afternoon. That's the same as we normally see, but I have something that I need to add a little bit that we haven't seen in quite a while. Hot laps and qualifying, first things you'll see onto the racetrack. Heat races, a dash, a B main, 30-lap feature paying $10,000 to win and $1,000 to start. David Gravel, he was last year's Commonwealth Clash winner with High-Limit Racing. Now, don't take that off the board quite yet there, boys, because for the first time in a long time, since I-70 Speedway, we are doing it, this is in the High-Limit Racing rulebook, where we race at the same track 2 nights in a row with our format. The top 4 finishers from tonight's main event, they do not have to qualify tomorrow. They will automatically start in the 4th position in tomorrow's heat races. So the first place finisher tonight, he won't have to qualify. He'll start 4th in heat 1. Same thing for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That is part of the High-Limit Racing rulebook. We have not seen it in several months since we ran the Race Redeemed Foundation event at the I-70 Speedway in Odessa, Missouri. So keep that in mind as well. The top 4 drivers will not have to qualify for tomorrow night's program. Now let's look at the track facts here about Lernerville Speedway. We already mentioned it's a 4/10 of a mile racetrack, and when this place is right, I would argue that it could be one of the raciest joints in the entire country. We've seen such good racing here at this place over the years. 1967 was when this place opened up, and the track record set at this race last year by Brad Sweet at 12.300 on September 28th of 2023. So we'll see if we can get anywhere near that one for Brad Sweet's track record. I would assume that we would not, because that night, if you remember, it rained a ton. We were able to get the race in, but man, the track was super heavy, so I'm not expecting a track record, but still, we'll be seeing some lap times more than likely in the high 12-second bracket this afternoon. Final couple of cars are getting some engine heat right now. A guy that's already got his engine heat in for the day is Tony Laporta. And Tony, we're glad to have you along for the ride once again, and it wasn't too long, man. We only had about, what, 6 days off, but we're back here. We're ready to get after it. Great field of cars, and we got a little special guest in the pits as well. He's going to be fun to watch all night.
Oh, Chase, the introductions, they never cease to amaze me. Talking about getting my engine heat in. Yes, that's right. I did walk up the flight of stairs to the booth to talk with you earlier today, so I got my workout in. Thanks for alluding to that. Yes, the pit area is full. 40 Kubota High-Limit Racing sprint cars and drivers. The pit area is full of people, teams, and drivers who are ready. They're excited. They're happy. We were just here, back at the end of July before heading to the Knoxville Nationals, and then High Limit heading for its first ever trip out to the West Coast. You alluded to it, among those 40 cars, drivers, and teams in the pit area. Well, the car has been with us before, I think. The team definitely has. The driver, though, however, has not. We've got a special guest in the pit area, as you talked about, and a little while ago before the drivers' meeting, I was able to catch up with that special guest.
In the pits here at the Lernerville Speedway as we get ready for night number 1 of the Commonwealth Clash with Kubota High-Limit Racing. a sprint car series and a big sprint car event, the Commonwealth Clash is. This is Ricky Thornton Jr., not a sprint car driver until tonight, but that's kind of not telling the truth. 2017 Non-Wing 360 show, first time ever, only time ever in a sprint car, and you won. So pretty much what we should expect is you to run away with this thing tonight, right?
I would hope so, but at the same time, obviously the High Limit Series, really tough field. Just excited to have this opportunity. Never ran a wing car before, so we'll just kind of wait and see how it goes.
Firecracker 100 victory earlier this year, right?
Yep.
So huge late model race here means you have laps at Lernerville Speedway.
Let's go racing on at turn number 4. We are
Trouble there hearing from Ricky Thornton Jr., but I'm sure they'll get that queued up and we can go back to that interview a little while later on. Ricky Thornton Jr., a standout, obviously, in the late model world. A lot of victories in just the last 2 years alone with the Lucas Oil late model racing series. So very cool to have Ricky make his debut 410 wing sprint car start. We were joking in that interview about the only time he's ever wheeled a sprint car, and that was back in Central Arizona, I believe, in the 360 class, a non-wing car. So just about as different of a racing setup experience as you could get from the trenches here in Western Pennsylvania with 39 of the best, fastest, and brightest teams in wing 410 sprint car racing. Ricky Thornton Jr., an awesome addition to any pit area that he's in, back on, what was it, Wednesday night out at Mill Bridge in North Carolina, running a non-wing micro out there. I think ran 11th. So he's got open wheel experience. He ran the Chili Bowl Nationals this past year with Andy Reinbold and Todd Underwood's team out of Brownsburg, Indiana, but those guys are Arizona natives just like Ricky. So really cool to have Jay in the pit area with us. Can't wait to see how he goes. Teaming up with Bernie Stubjen in the Indy Race Parts number 71. Interesting thing that Bernie dropped on us is that the car that RTJ is actually driving is nicknamed Old Reliable, and he built that car, Bernie did, for Jamie Veal, I think back in 2017 or maybe it was 2018, and every driver that has been in the car that Ricky Thornton Jr. will be driving tonight has won at least one feature in that race car. Again, they called Old Reliable, and that's the frame that RTJ will be driving here tonight. Bernie Stubjen tells us that his goals, his hopes for Ricky are just to complete all the laps, not get caught up in anything, and roll the car back into the trailer at the end of the night. Ricky says same thing. His goals are really just to make the feature tonight as well as tomorrow night. Oh, and Chase, he says he really wants to get a chance to spin the Kubota High Limit Racing redraw wheel. So we will keep our eye on Ricky Thornton Jr. as well as the rest of the 40-car pit area here tonight. Folks, it's going to be a busy 2 nights of racing. We kick off the Commonwealth Clash when we come back here live on FloRacing.
On to the Commonwealth Clash with Kubota High Limit Racing, a sprint car series and a big sprint car event the Commonwealth Clash is. This is Ricky Thornton Jr., not a sprint car driver until tonight, but that's kind of not telling the truth. 2017 non-wing 360 show, first time ever, only time ever in a sprint car, and you won. So pretty much what we should expect is you to run away with this thing tonight, right?
I would hope so, but at the same time, obviously the High Limit Series, really tough field. Just excited to have this opportunity. Never ran a wing car before, so we'll just kind of wait and see how it goes.
Firecracker 100 victory earlier this year, right?
Yep.
So huge late model race here means you have laps at Lernerville Speedway, but I don't imagine you can transition anything from a late model to a 410 wing sprint car, can you?
I would say driving style is definitely not. I think track characteristics a little bit. Just anytime you have laps at a racetrack, obviously it helps. So I've watched a lot of racing here, a lot of sprint car racing just in general. So hopefully I can learn a couple things and just be really competitive tonight.
In one of the 71 Indy Race Parts cars with Bernie, how did this deal come together? He's got great equipment, you've got great talent. How did this partnership come to be?
We've talked by the last year and a half, and try to find a race that I can do, and just the right opportunity never showed up. So this weekend I was supposed to be in Georgia racing, and then that all rained out. So about 3 o'clock yesterday, we put this whole deal together. So Bernie and his guys, they bust their butt to get the car here, and just excited for the opportunity.
And I know you've done some, non-late model stuff. I guess it'd be non-fender stuff. Open wheel stuff is what the kids call it. You ran the Chili Bowl with Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, and I don't know, how long has it been since you've been in a sprint car?
So sprint car itself, I mean, I ran a micro the other day, but I don't know if you can really consider it a sprint car. So it, other than that, we had Chili Bowl a couple of years, but the one time I sat in 2017 was really the only actual sprint car time I've been in. No practices, no nothing like that. So jumping in, about as green as it comes, but hopefully we can be really good.
As green as it comes, even though he's wearing a blue shirt, he's going to be in a black and green race car. Ricky Thornton Jr., we are so excited to have you here and can't wait to see how the weekend goes. Best of luck.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Pretty cool to hear that full interview with Ricky Thornton Jr. And I think, Chase, it's crazy when you hear him talk about the fact that the last time he was in an actual bona fide, legitimate sprint car was back in that 2017 360 race out in Arizona. I want to correct a few things I talked about before we went to break. The car, that 71 RT that Bernie Stubjen and Indy Race Parts have brought here to Sarver, Pennsylvania for Ricky Thornton Jr., the standout late model star. That race car's nickname in the stable of Bernie's collection of race cars is actually Old Faithful, not Old Reliable. He built that car in 2016 for Australian Jamie Veal, who we got to see when High Limit headed out to the West Coast. And the drivers that have scored victories, just a few of the drivers who have scored victories in Old Faithful for Bernie in that number 71 include the driver it was built for, Jamie Veal. Shane Stewart has won driving that car, Giovanni Scelzi, and Jack Hodenshield. So Ricky Thornton Jr. is in very good equipment. We'll see if he's in very good company up at the front of the field later on this evening.
He's also in good hands with a crew chief like Bernie Stubjen. We'll see him out here in the 4th hot lap group of the night. The first dirt draft hot lap group has made its way onto the Speedway now. The drivers will come out. This is essentially a practice session for these drivers. We call it hot laps if this is your first ever sprint car race. This is basically the practice laps for these drivers here. Let's introduce you to some of the cars that are going to be in this first dirt draft hot lap session of the night. The driver closest to us on the front straightaway, he is the DJ of the night. You'll be listening to his music here this evening. From Monrovia, Indiana, that's the Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, CoastalRaceParts.com, number 13. The driver is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 13. And also on the racetrack from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19. That is Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And the most recent winner with the series at the Tuscarora 50 last weekend from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, Moody Sales, Whiskey Myers, Arc Zone, Mesquite Valley Transportation, number 24. It's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, the J&S Classics, Valley Supply, C&D Rigging, Class 1 Transportation, DMS Trash, number 39M. It's Anthony Macri. Anthony Macri in the 39M. From Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Diesel Property Management, MAV Motorsports number 42. The driver is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And from Franklin, Indiana, the holiday installation WCI, Klossmeyer Petrie Motorsports IPC Z-Max number 27. It's Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum in the 27. And making his Highland Racing debut tonight from Cabot, Pennsylvania, the Beer Nation Superior Interior number 4K of Todd Bergend. Todd Bergend in the 4K. And the final driver in this session from Enumclaw, Washington, the Casey Kane Race with Mike Kerr, Brumo's Collection, Factory Kane Shocks, Kane Screen Print number 9. That is Casey Kane. Casey Kane in car number 9. Race fans, Dirt Draft will be the presenting sponsor of Hot Laps for every Highland Racing event in 2024. The Dirt Draft app allows you to play against hundreds of dirt racing fans across the country. Simply select 5 drivers each night while staying under a $100,000 salary cap and accumulate points in the process. Use those points in the speed shop to buy all kinds of things. Download the Dirt Draft app today or visit dirtdraft.com for more information. And maybe you will be able to beat Chet Christner. He's the king of Dirt Draft, apparently, he keeps telling me, as we go green on Hot Lap session number 1. Caution flag waving, car off the pace, and it's the DJ of the night. Justin Peck stopping in the second corner, car number 13. So an issue for Justin Peck, who is in the thick of a charter position battle when it comes to the top 5 in owners' standings with Kubota Highland Racing. Comes into the night just 64 points out of the 5th position in owners' points. The Tom Book Motorsports 13 car now going to try and get refired potentially. Looks like he's going to hang a right off the racetrack and work back to the pit area. Justin Peck was 8th place here earlier this year at the Silver Cup when Highland Racing came to town. He was also 8th at our last race at the Port Royal Speedway on Saturday night. As the green lights come back on, we're back underway in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. Anthony Macri so far the fastest at 14.038. He's got 100th of a second over Cy Lynch, and now Brent Marks first car into the 13-second bracket at 13.799. Brent Marks goes even faster as the yellow flag waves at 13.630, the fastest time so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Cy Lynch is second at 13.986. Anthony Macri in third at 14.038. Casey Kane at 14.057. And then Emerson Axum tonight in his Lernerville Speedway debut is 5th on the speed charts at 14.566. Todd Bergend and Justin Peck. The other 2 cars, Peck not getting a lap at full speed. The 50-50 up to $500 here tonight, folks, at Lernerville. So make sure to get your 50-50 tickets already at $500 your share. Want to mention this as well, with Dirt Draft being the presenting sponsor of Hot Laps. Don't forget, if you're a new subscriber, you will get a free Kubota Highland Racing t-shirt shipped right to you. You also get a $50 promo code to Deathridge Optical, $20 to My Race Pass All Access, $10 to GottaRace.com, and a $10 code as well going to HuntTheFront.com. So too much good stuff to not be a Dirt Draft subscriber. As we go to the green flag once again, the driver is able to pack the track surface in just a little bit, and we'll see if that improves the lap times here tonight. It certainly does, as Marks goes even better to a 13.585. Cy Lynch into the second spot. Now Macri's up to second, 13.694. The checkered flag is waving. Brent Marks getting faster and faster with each passing lap, a 13.476. He is the fastest overall in Dirt Draft Hot Laps after one session. Casey Kane now second quick in car number 9 at 13.594. Cy Lynch is in the third position at 13.643. Anthony Macri fourth at 13.693. And Emerson Axum 13.820. Hot lap session number 2 now making their way onto the racetrack right now. The first car onto the speedway is from Canton, Illinois. That is the NOS Energy Drink. Logan Contractor, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, Zip Bonds number 55. The driver is Chris Windham. Chris Windham in the 55. And from Sikeston, Missouri, the Iowa Barnstormers, Des Moines Industrial Products, Jersey Freeze, Central Iowa Sheds, Webb Family Farms, number 2KS. It's 100% Hunter Schurenberg. Hunter Schurenberg in the 2KS. And the two-time Lernerville Speedway track champion from Butler, Pennsylvania, the Crow Recycling, Dirty Mouth Communication, Turner's Ice Tea, Raceman Body Shop, That Guy Motorsports number 11. It's Carl Bowser. Carl Bowser in car number 11. From Kunkletown, Pennsylvania, the Western Mountain Incorporated, Black Diamond Equipment, Denichek Logging, Sega Radiator number 6. It's the Kunkletown Kid, Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith in the 6. And from right here in Sarver, Pennsylvania, the Fairhope Property Investments, Is That Right Fishing Charters, Vision Line number 3J of Jacob Begenwald. Jacob Begenwald on the 3J. And from Angola, Indiana, the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit Race for Dean Foundation number 26. The driver is Zeb Wise. Zeb Wise in the 26. And from Kokomo, Indiana, tonight driving the Dirty Air, Ike's Performance, Donna's Pool and Patio, Octane Inc. number 9P. That's the law firm, Parker Price Miller. Parker Price Miller in the 9P. And the 7-time Lernerville Speedway track champion, the current points leader from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Indy Race Parts, Charlie Garrett Racing Engines, Peluso Roofing, number 71. It's AJ Flick. AJ Flick in the 71. And making his Highland Racing debut tonight from Cranesville, Pennsylvania, the Plaza Dental Horsepower Incorporated, Fair Roofing number 21S. It's Brian Salisbury. Brian Salisbury in the 21S. Green lights come on. We're underway with hot lap session number 2 on night 1 of the Commonwealth Clash. Brian Salisbury, the fastest driver now. As I say, that gets overtaken by a couple of drivers. It's Hunter Schurenberg fourth quick now at 13.672. The checker flag comes out this time by. Zeb Wise, the fastest driver in that session. He goes second quickest overall at 13.550, 13550. Brent Marks still fastest, 13.476. Then Casey Kane in third. Cy Lynch fourth. Hunter Schurenberg in that group was fifth quick at 13.672. Anthony Macri, Ryan Smith, Parker Price Miller, Chris Windham, and Emerson Axum. Here come the drivers in our third hot lap session of the night. The first car onto the speedway is from Leduc, Alberta, Canada. It's the Warrior Building Development, Pack Rat Dumpsters, Nelson Brothers Construction, Building Packages Direct number 99. That is Skylar G. Skylar G in the 99. And also on the racetrack, making his Highland Racing debut from Hermitage, Pennsylvania, the Sunburst Environmental, Rademacher Industrial, Ryder Machine, McFarland Lumber number 5K. It's Adam Kekich. Adam Kekich in the 5K. And from Lubbock, Texas, in turn number 1 now, from the High Plains Building Division, Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Wrecker, 5 Nights Truck Accessories, ShopTruckParts.com, number 1. That's Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in car number 1. Rolling into turn number 1 now from Lebanon, Indiana. That's the True Timber Camo, Nice Crete and Landis Block. JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, FillPools.com. Number 5, that's 25-year-old Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the 5. And from Clovis, California, the Driven to Save Lives, Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SinCal number 14. It's Corey Day. Corey Day in the 14. And from Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Mobile One Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83. That is James McFadden. James McFadden in car number 83. And from Worthington, Pennsylvania, the Jarrett Company, Blood Lubricants, Flying A Motorsports, Titus Tree Service, Martin Signs and Graphics number 3. It's John Jarrett. John Jarrett in the 3. Those are the drivers in our third session. We did see Justin Peck come onto the racetrack and pull immediately right back off the track. And so the issues continue on the Buick Motorsports 13 as the green flag comes out on our third session. Adam Kekich up to the third spot as Corey Day. Now James McFadden goes to the top at 13,265. Checkered flag coming out. Skylar G jumps up to the second spot now. Checkered flag is out. The fastest driver overall was so close to the win earlier this year during the Silver Cup, the 83 of James McFadden. The lap time, a 13.265, 13265. Skylar G, second quick at 13.318. Corey Day in third at a 13.373. Now G's off the pace in turn one. Going to need some assistance to get back to the pit area. Brent Marks fourth quick and Brenham Crouch in fifth at 13.485. That'll lead us to our fourth group of cars as they make their way onto the front straightaway now. The first one onto the speedway from Higginsville, Missouri. The Casey's, FVP, Andy's Frozen Custard, Foltz Excavating, Impact Sign, Stamen Motorsports number 21 of Blackjack, Brian Brown. Brian Brown in the 21. And from Northport, Florida, the RV Locks and More Dirt Crowd, ShopD3.com number 24D. It's Danny Sams III. Danny Sams III in the 24D. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports, number 7BC. It's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7BC. And from Struthers, Ohio, the JS Bova Excavating, Southeastern Equipment, Pro Quality Demolition, Seneca Bob Sub Shop, SP Technologies, number 20. That's Cody Bova. Cody Bova in the 20. And the current points leader with Kubota High-Level Racing from Grass Valley, California, the Casey Kane Raceway, Mike Curb, Nap Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Maximum Raceway's number 49. It's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49. And from T, South Dakota, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Griffin's Propane, Paralox Motorsports, number 17 GP. That is Justin Henderson. Justin Henderson in the 17 GP. And entering the High-Limit Room for the very first time in his career, he's the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader. The driver from Chandler, Arizona, the car from Indianapolis, Indiana. The Indy Race Parts, Charlie Garrett Racing Engine, Sharp Advantage, Sunoco Race Fuels, number 71 RT. It's RTJ, Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 71 RT. Final car in this session from Hanover, PA, the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, RSI Outdoors, number 1A. That is Jacob Allen. Jacob Allen in the 1A as we go green. Brad Sweet quickly into the third spot at 13.321, 13321 for Sweet. Danny Sams up to the top 10, and car number 24D as Jacob Allen jumps into the top 5 at 13.327, checkered flag waving. And Jacob Allen on his final time by the line is the best in that group and second quick overall in car number 1A, a 13.299 for Jacob. He's still following James McFadden at 13.265. Allen second, G in third. Brad Sweet is fourth in the 49 at 13.321, and Corey Day in fifth. Cody Bova jumped up to sixth position in that group there. Brent Marks seventh, Brenham Crouch eighth, Danny Sams in ninth. He was at a 13.488, and Brian Brown in 10th at 13.497. One more group of cars scheduled for Dirt Draft Hot Laps before we get into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. The first one onto the speedway in this final group is from Aurora, Ohio. The Jarrett Company, GSI Transportation, Newberry Tire, number 11J of David Kolb Jr. David Kolb Jr. in the 11J. And from Bradenton, Florida, the Tub of Towels, Amalie Oil All-Star Performance, TI-22, number 28M, it's Connor Morrell. Connor Morrell in the 28M. And lined up next to him, his first race as a dad out of Minden, Nevada. The Smith Titanium, Factory Cane, Maxima Oil, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Halavanka, Ron Gross Motorsports, number 88. It's Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88. Next up from Hubbard, Ohio, the Little Wing Motorsports, Chateau Legrand Husto Winery, Chris Porchiro Racing, number 7T of Brett Brunkenhofer. Brett Brunkenhofer in the 7T. Also on the speedway from Harrisonville, Pennsylvania, the Santa Brothers, Mac McGee Motorsports, Glenville Station, G&P Distributors, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, number 69K. It's Logan Wagner. Logan Wagner in the 69K. And making his first appearance at Lernerville in 11 years from Fayetteville, Pennsylvania, the Drohan Brick, House Seal Plumbing, Glenville Station, Conduit Connection, Shear Welding, number 12. It's Lance DeWeese. Lance DeWeese in the 12. Also on the racetrack from Mercer, Pennsylvania, the Bill McCandless Ford of Meadville, Priest Enterprises, High Tech Lubricants, number 29. It's Logan McCandless. Logan McCandless in the 29. And the final car in this session is from Visalia, California. He drives the Commercial Edge, Rasmussen Service Center, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Fatheads Eyewear, number 8. It's Corey Eliason. Corey Eliason in car number 8. Flagman giving them the signal to get the engines going, get up to speed for the final Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night here at Lernerville Speedway. Logan Wagner up to the 7th position so far. He's the fastest now. Logan McCandless goes up to that 7th spot. Corey Eliason up to 2nd quick now, 13.279. A bunch of drivers going into the top 10 in this group. And Eliason goes to the top, 13.108 as the checkered flag waves. The driver that finished 5th here back at the Silver Cup is now the fastest. Corey Eliason, 13.108. Connor Morrell right behind him at 2nd quick, 13.189. Tanner Thorson right behind those two, 3rd quick in the 88 car at 13.262. Then James McFadden and Jacob Allen round out the top 5. Skylar G, Brad Sweet, Corey Day, Cody Bova, and Logan Wagner, the top 10 drivers in Dirt Draft Hot Laps here tonight. Next up, it's going to be Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. They are the #1 Renegade Toter dealers and the #1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Toter Homes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toter Home or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com. Track record established here on September 28th of 2023 by Brad Sweet. The lap time is a 12.300 seconds, so we'll have 2 cars come onto the racetrack for qualifying tonight. They will go 2 times around the racetrack. The best of those 2 laps will line them up for a heat race here tonight. And we have 2 separate groups. There's a Flight A. There is 20 cars in Flight A and 20 cars in Flight B. The cars that are in Flight A, they will heat race against each other later on. The cars in Flight B, they will heat race against each other later on as well. So 2 flights will kick things off with Flight A. We'll let you know when we switch over to Flight B and who was the fastest during Flight A. Waiting for cars to get in the proper position before we push them onto the racetrack. And while we do that, let's take a look at the current point standings with Kubota Highland Racing. A lot of moving and shaking here recently, including Rico Abreu. He's up to the second position in the overall owners' point standings, but he's still 230 points behind Brad Sweet for the overall championship. Tyler Huerty is third in points at minus 270. Then things get very interesting. Fourth on back. Fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Brent Marks, James McFadden, Corey Day, and Justin Peck. Those drivers all separated by just 65 points in those four spots. Remember, fourth and fifth, they do get one of those charter positions at the end of the year. Between Marks and McFadden, they currently hold those two positions, but Corey Day, he's 52 points behind. Justin Peck, 65 points back as we now get underway with Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. First car onto the racetrack, making his Highland Racing debut here tonight from Cabot, Pennsylvania, the Beer Nation Superior Interior, number 4K of Todd Burgard. Todd Burgard in the 4K. Burgard, a couple of races so far this year here at Lernerville. Best run was a 13th place result on August 2nd. As Burgard comes across the line, his first lap is going to be a 15.517. 1.5.517 for Todd Burgard on lap one. Burgard, as we mentioned in his high limit debut, been around for quite a long time, and as he makes his way by the second time, it's better at a 15.276. 1.5276 for the 4K of Todd Burgard. He sets the mark to beat here in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Next two drivers rolling onto the racetrack from Apollo, Pennsylvania. You've got the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Diesel Property Management, Mav Motorsports, number 42 of Cy Lynch. And from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, the J&S Classics, Valley Supply, C&D Rigging, Class 1 Transportation, DMS Trash, 39M of Anthony Macri. Anthony Macri in the 39M, Cy Lynch in the 42. Macri coming across the line this time by, was fourth here at the Silver Cup earlier this year. Lap one for him is to the top, 13.008. Best lap we've seen so far tonight, 1.3008. Cy Lynch on lap one. He goes up to the second spot, right behind Macri, 13.045, close between these two. Lap two from Macri is better into the 12s, a 12.947, 1.2947. Cy Lynch on lap number two, he will improve as well, 13.025, 1.3025. But now Macri is at the top at 12.947. Lynch in second, Burgard in third. Next onto the racetrack from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu Kerbag Janian Racing, Moody Sales, Whiskey Myers, Arcstone, Messina Valley Transportation, number 24 of Rico Abreu. And from Enoclaw, Washington, the Casey Kane Racer, Mike Kerr, Brumo's Collection, Factory Kane Shocks, Kane Screen Print, number 9 of Casey Kane. Casey Kane in the 9, Rico Abreu in the 24. Abreu, the winner here at the Silver Cup earlier this year. Lap one for him is to the top, 12.886, 1.2886 on lap one for Abreu. Lap number one for Casey Kane. He's fourth, quick at 13.253, 1.3253. Abreu, also the most recent winner with the series. Lap two is better, 12.794, 1.2794. Casey Kane on lap two. He will improve as well, 13.226, 1.3226. Abreu, now the fastest so far in Flight A. Casey Kane, fourth of 5 cars so far. Next up, making his Lernerville Speedway debut from Franklin, Indiana, the Holiday Installation, WCI, Klossmeyer, Petrie Motorsports, IPC, ZMAX, number 27, it's Emerson Axum. And from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, it's Brent Marks. Brent Marks in 19, Axum in the 27. Emerson Axum on lap number one. It is going to be fourth quick, 13.120, 1.3120. Marks on lap one. Second quick, 12.802, 1.2802. Emerson Axum this year has 410s and 360 wins at the Knoxville Raceway. Lap number two is better, 13.077, 1.3077. Marks on lap two. He will slow down to a 13.029, 1.3029. First lap better at 12.802. Brent Marks now second quick, and Emerson Axum in fifth. Next up from Kokomo, Indiana, the Dirty Air Ice Performance, Donna's Pool and Patio, Octane number 9P, that is Parker Price Miller. And also on the racetrack from Kunkletown, Pennsylvania, the Western Mountain Incorporated Black Diamond Equipment, Denichek Logging, Seeger Radiator number 6 of Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith in the 6, Parker Price Miller in the 9P. The law firm making his maiden voyage behind the wheel of the Deuce 5 Motorsports. Number 9P is his first lap, say 13.400, 13400. Ryan Smith overtakes him to 7th quick at 13.274, 13274. PPM on lap number 2 is going to be better, back to 7th at 13.247. Ryan Smith on lap 2. He will go better, but stays in the 8th spot at 13.257. So Parker Price Miller 7th and Ryan Smith in 8th of 9 cars in Flight A. A couple of multi-time track champions now on the Speedway. From Butler, Pennsylvania, the Crow Recycling, Dirty Mouth Communication, Turner's Ice Tea, Reisman Body Shop, That Guy Motorsports 11 of Carl Bowser. And from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Indy Race Parts, Charlie Garrett Racing Engines, Peluso Roofing, number 71 of AJ Flick. AJ Flick in the 71, Carl Bowser in the 11. Flick, the current points leader here right now at Lernerville. Lap number 1 for Carl Bowser is going to be 9th quick at 13.688, 13688. AJ Flick on lap 1 is 10th quick at 13.767, 13767. Carl Bowser was 20th here at the Silver Cup earlier this year. Lap number 2 going to slow down to a 13.739, 13739. Flick on lap 2 is better to 6th quick, 13.144, 13144. 6th quick for AJ Flick and 10th quick for Carl Bowser. And we've got an issue as Carl Bowser has lost a wing panel on that car. Not sure where it flew off to, but the caution flag is coming out. And it's sitting in turn number 2. So the left side panel on Carl Bowser's top wing just blew right off the car. And there is some debris sitting in the corner. So the caution flag will come out. We'll see a FloRacing replay to see what happened to Bowser. Goes into turn 1, and wow, just ripped right off the car there. Might need to get some new rivets on that deal as they gave way. Heading into the first corner. One of our Kubota Highlander Racing officials is on the scene. That is Trent Hetzer right there trying to pick up that piece of debris, a full-blown wing panel. So somebody's going to be heading home with that here tonight. Debris is picked up, and we will continue on with Capital Custom Trailer qualifying now. The 2 drivers out there on the Speedway. Driving car number 26 out of Angola, Indiana. That's the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Redeem Foundation, number 26. The driver is Zeb Wise. And also on the Speedway, making his Highlander Racing debut here tonight from Cranesville, Pennsylvania. It's the Plaza Dental, Horsepower Incorporated, Farrell Roofing, number 21S of Brian Salisbury. Brian Salisbury in the 21S and Zeb Wise in the 26. Zeb Wise, 19th here at the Silver Cup earlier this year, was 21st at Port Royal during the Tuscarora 50 on Saturday. Zeb coming across the line on lap 1. He's going to be 10th quick at 13.354, 13354. Salisbury on lap number 1. He's going to be 12th quick at 13.808, 13808. Salisbury, 13th here on the June 9th local show. Wise going to improve on lap 2 to a 13.348. And for Salisbury on lap number 2, he will improve as well. 13.774, 13774. Zeb Wise 10th and Brian Salisbury in 12th. From Sikeston, Missouri, this is the Iowa Barnstormers, Des Moines Industrial Products, Jersey Freeze, Central Iowa Sheds, Webb Family Farms, number 2KS, it's 100% Hunter Schurenberg. And also on the racetrack from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, Logan Contractor, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, Zip Bonds, number 55 of Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham in the 55, Hunter Schurenberg in the 2KS. Schurenberg, a former All-Star winner here in 2022. Lap 1 for him is going to be 11th quick at 13.394, 1.3394. Wyndham on lap 1. He is now 10th quick at 13.302, 1.3302. Wyndham did not qualify for the feature here earlier this year. Lap number 2 for Schurenberg up to the 7th spot, 13.189, 1.3189. Wyndham on lap 2. He will get 8th, 13.223. 1.3223. So Hunter Schurenberg 7th and Chris Wyndham 8th of 15 cars so far in Flight A. Another driver making his High Limit Racing debut here tonight. From Hermitage, Pennsylvania, the Sunburst Environmental, Rademacher Industrial, Ryder Machine, McFarland Lumber number 5K of Adam Kekich. And also on the racetrack from Alice Springs, Northern Territories, Australia, the Mobile One, Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83 of James McFadden. James McFadden in the 83, Adam Kekich in the 5K. Kekich on lap 1. He will be 13th quick at 13.502, 1.3502. Lap 1 for McFadden. He's in the 3rd quick, 12.933, 1.2933. Adam Kekich on lap number 2. He is going to improve up to 13th quick at 13.346. And for McFadden on lap number 2, he is going to improve as well. Stays in the 3rd spot though, 12.917, 1.2917. 3rd quick for James McFadden and 13th quick for Adam Kekich with 3 cars left to go in Flight A. Make that 2 cars. We did miss out on Skylar G, so this will be your final car in this session. So an issue for G, not able to make it out, as well as the 13 of Peck. So 2 cars missing their spot. Begenwald, that's Jacob Begenwald out on the racetrack right now from Sarver, Pennsylvania. The Fairhope Property Investments. Is That Right Fishing Charters Vision Line, number 3J. Jacob Begenwald enters tonight 10th in the overall point standings here at Lernerville. Lap 1 for him is 17th quick at 13.921. 1.3921. Was told that this car was a bare frame as of last night at 10 p.m. Begenwald lives half a mile down the road here from Lernerville. Lap number 2 for him is going to improve to a 13.868, 1.3868, and that'll do it for Flight A of qualifying. How about some noise for your fast timer, Rico Abreu, 12.794, 1.2794 for Rico. He is the quickest in Flight A, and we'll get right into Flight B right now. From Clovis, California, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SimCal, Driven to Save Lives, 14, that is Corey Day. And from Lubbock, Texas, High Plains Building Division, Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Record, 5 Nights Truck Accessories, ShopTruckParts.com, number 1, Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the 1, Corey Day in the 14, pair of 18-year-old drivers making their way on the speedway for their qualifying run. Corey Day on lap 1. It is going to be a 13.061, 1.3061. Brenham Crouch on lap 1. He is a 13.293, 1.3293. Corey Day was 2nd here at the Silver Cup earlier this year. Lap number 2 for him is better to a 13.013, 1.3013. Crouch on lap 2 is better as well, 13.264, 1.3264. Corey Day is P1, Brenham Crouch P2 of 2 in Flight B. Next 2 drivers getting powered up now from Lebanon, Indiana. The True Timber Camo, Nice Crete and Lannis Block. JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, PhilPools.com, number 5 of Spencer Baston. And from Worthington, Pennsylvania, the Jarrett Company, Blood Lubricants, Flying A Motorsports, Titus Tree Service, Martin Signs and Graphics, number 3 of John Jarrett. John Jarrett in the 3, Spencer Baston in the 5. Baston coming around to complete his opening lap, and it's going to be 2nd quick, 13.223, 1.3223. John Jarrett on lap number 1. He is 4th quick at 13.645, 1.3645. Baston, 24th here at the Silver Cup, got into an incident in the race. On lap 2, he's going to slow down to a 13.277. First one better, 13.223. John Jarrett on lap 2. He will improve, 13.573, 1.3573. So Spencer Baston 2nd, John Jarrett in 4th. From Higginsville, Missouri, the Casey's, FVP, Andy's Frozen Custard, Foltz Excavating, Impact Signs, number 21. That is Brian Brown. And also on the racetrack from Chandler, Arizona, the Indy Race Parts, Charlie Garrett Racing Engine, Sharp Advantage, Sunoco Race Fuels, number 71 RT. It's Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 71 RT, Brian Brown in the 21. Brownie making his way off the fourth quarter. Lap 1 for him is going to be second quick, 13.137, 1.3137. RTJ on lap 1 is 6th quick, 13.642, 1.3642. Brian Brown was 13th here last year with high limit. Lap number 2 for him is going to slow down to a 13.354, 1.3354. RTJ on lap 2, he will slow down, 13.779. First one was better at 13.642. Brian Brown second, and Ricky Thornton Jr. 6th of 6 so far in Flight B. From Grass Valley, California, this is the Casey Kane Racer, Mike Curb, Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Maximum Racers number 49, the Big Cat Brad Sweet, and also on the racetrack from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports number 7 BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney, the 7 BC, Brad Sweet in the 49. Brad Sweet on lap number 1 is going to be second quick, 13.071. Tyler Courtney on lap 1, he is now up to the 4th spot, 13.153, 1.3153. Brad Sweet, multi-time Commonwealth Clash winner. Lap number 2 for him is going to be slower, 13.128. Tyler Courtney on lap number 2. He will go better, 3rd quick, 13.114. So Brad Sweet second, and Tyler Courtney now 3rd of 8 cars, as we are getting close to halfway in Flight B. Next up from Northport, Florida, this is the RV Locks and More Dirt Crowd, ShopD3.com, number 24D of Danny Sams III. And from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Powell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, RSI Outdoors, number 1A of Jacob Allen. Jacob Allen in the 1A, Danny Sams in the 24D. Sams coming off of a clean sweep with the IRA last weekend in Wisconsin. Lap number 1 for him is going to be 5th quick at 13.177, 1.3177. Jacob on lap number 1 is to the top, 13.012, 1.3012 to the top in Flight B. Danny Sams on lap number 2 is better, up to the 5th spot once again at 13.125. And Jacob Allen on lap number 2 is going to slow down to a 13.130, 1.3130. First lap better and to the top for Jacob Allen, 13.012. Danny Sams in 5th. From T, South Dakota, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports Lifestyle Homes, Griffin's Propane, Parallax Motorsports, number 17 GP. Here is Justin Henderson. And also on the racetrack from Struthers, Ohio, the JS Bova Excavating, Southeastern Equipment, Pro Quality Demolition, Seneca Bob Sub Shop, SP Technologies, number 20 of Cody Bova. Cody Bova in the 20, Justin Henderson in the 17 GP. Lap 1 for Henderson is going to be 9th quick, 13.423, 1.3423. Cody Bova 14th at the Silver Cup this year. He's 9th quick on lap 1 at 13.341, 1.3341. Lap number 2 coming up for Hendy right here on lap 2. It's going to be slower, 13.509. First one better, 13.423. Lap 2 for Cody Bova is going to slow down as well to a 13.472. Bova 9th and Henderson in 10th of 12 cars. Driver that was fastest overall in hot laps earlier on from Visalia, California, the Commercial Edge, Rasmussen Service Center, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Fulton's Brothers Trucking, Fat Ad's Eyewear number 8. It's Corey Eliason. And also on the racetrack from Harrisonville, Pennsylvania, driving the Santa Brothers, Mac McGee Motorsports, Glenville Station, G&P Distributors, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, number 69K. It's Logan Wagner. Logan Wagner in the 69K, Corey Eliason in the 8. Eliason 5th here at the Silver Cup. Lap 1 for him is going to be 10th quick at 13.412, 1.3412. Logan Wagner on lap 1, 9th quick, 13.271, 1.3271. Corey Eliason hammering the curb into turn 3. Lap number 1. Lap number 2 is going to be slower for him, 13.439. And lap 2 for the former All-Star Circuit of Champions winner, Logan Wagner, slows down to a 13.299. First lap better and 9th quick for Wagner at 13.271. Corey Eliason 11th, 13.412. Timing in next from Bradenton, Florida, the Tub of Towels, Annalee Oil, All-Star Performance, TI-22, number 28M, it's Connor Morrell. And from Aurora, Ohio, the Jarrett Company, GSI Transportation, Newberry Tire, number 11J of David Cobb Jr. David Cobb Jr. and Connor Morrell on the racetrack taking times as the 15th and 16th cars in Flight B. Lap 1 for Morrell is 10th quick at 13.277, 1.3277. Morrell, a winner here at Lernerville earlier this year in local competition. David Kalb is 16th quick on lap 1 at 13.653, 1.3653. Morrell on lap number 2 is going to slow down to a 13.343. First lap better, 13.277. And David Kalb on lap number 2, he goes better, 14th overall, 13.494. David Kalb 14th and Connor Morrell in 10th. And welcome back to the high-level room from Minden, Nevada, the Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Oil, Machine Valley Transportation, Hall of Vodka, Rod Gross Motorsports number 88. That is Tanner Thorson. And also on the racetrack, it's the driver out of Mercer, PA, the Bill McCandless Ford of Meadville, Priest Enterprises, High-Tech Lubricants number 29 of Logan McCandless. Logan McCandless in the 29, Tanner Thorson in the 88. Thorson looks good right there in 3 and 4. Lap 1 for him is going to be 12th quick at 13.399, 1.3399. McCandless on his first time by is going to be 17th quick at 13.609, 1.3609. Tanner Thorson earlier this year was 6th at the Silver Cup. Lap number 2 for him is 11th quick at 13.316, 1.3316. McCandless, lap 2, he will improve but stays 17th quick at 13.577, 1.3577. This should be the final 2 cars to come out and qualify. I do see Justin Peck actually in the staging area, but we'll continue on here with the driver out of Fayetteville, PA, the Drohan Brick, House Steel Plumbing, Glenville Station, Conduit Connection, Sheer Welding, number 12 of Lance DeWeese. And from Hubbard, Ohio, the Little Wing Motorsports, Chateau LeGrand Husto Winery, Chris Pachiro Racing, number 7T of Brett Brockenhofer. Brett Brockenhofer in the 7T, Lance DeWeese in the 12. DeWeese on lap number 1. He is going to be 16th quick at 13.547, 1.3547. Brockenhofer, lap 1, 14.059, 1.4059. DeWeese tonight making his Lernerville Speedway return, first time in 11 years. Lap number 2 is better, 15th quick at 13.460, 1.3460. Brockenhofer, lap 2, 14.525. Does not improve on his second time by the line. So that is it for qualifying here tonight. With Kubota Highland Racing, you see the 13 of Justin Peck firing the car off. They are making sure that that car is fixed and working. He did not make it out in time to take a qualifying time this afternoon. So Justin Peck will have to come from the back in his heat race if he wants to put it in tonight's main event. So no qualifying lap for Justin Peck here this evening. He was in the first flight of cars, so he did not make it out for that first flight in time. So Peck heading back to the trailer as Rico Abreu was your fastest qualifier here tonight in car number 24. Abreu putting down a pretty good flyer there, a 12.7 time for Abreu, and he has just been red hot here recently. He won the Silver Cup. He's the most recent winner with the series. Last 2 wins for him, totaling well over $160,000. 12.794 the time for Abreu, and he came across the line, and he'll roll from the 4th position in our first heat race later on this evening. So we've got opening ceremonies coming up next here on the program. We'll take a quick break on flow when we come back. We're that much closer to heat race action here at the Lernerville Speedway.